Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about some good news for those of you that plan on getting a PlayStation 5. Because if you actually get a PlayStation 5, it looks like you'll be able to upgrade to GTA 5 for free if you already own the PS4 version. We'll be talking about that, a couple of other interesting things that have happened over the last couple of days, and a whole lot more. So let's actually begin there. Because according to a French retailer, Micromania, GTA 5 will get a free PS5 upgrade if you already own the PlayStation 4 version. Which I'm assuming a lot of you guys that have a PS4 right now and are watching this video have Grand Theft Auto 5. And if you are going to jump to the next generation, that was one of the biggest, criticisms or concerns that players were going to have, is that they would have to buy the game again if they already owned it. And so I'll actually leave a link to this site in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. It is automatically in French, but via Google Translate, the website says this. With the release of the PlayStation 5, many publishers have started offering free upgrades to the PS5 versions of the games that will be released on the PlayStation 4. This means that at no additional cost, players with a PS5 who have a PS4 copy of the game will get a free PS5 upgrade, with support for various upgrades and updates like improved graphics, faster loading times, and the other perks of the PlayStation 5. So far, here are all the PS4 games that offer PS5 upgrades at no cost, additional as well as the known differences between each version. And there's a couple of different ones that are obviously listed here. There's a lot of big-time games that have offered this, like Cyberpunk 2077, and even Far Cry 6, FIFA 2021, just to name a few games. Madden NFL 21 would be another one, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, and Grand Theft Auto 5 is on that list as well. Now, even though that sounds fantastic, it doesn't really sound like that's something that Rockstar would do all that much, or at least Take-Two Interactive would do all that much. So we really just will have to wait for official confirmation from Rockstar, but this is trending in the right direction. Again, it's weird, though, because they never did that with GTA 5 for the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions of the game when it came to PS4 and Xbox One. So why would they suddenly do that now? Are they feeling pressure from other game developers that are offering the same thing? So Rockstar would kind of look like the bad apple of the bunch, where they would be like the only big-time game that's making you pay for another version. And again, that was definitely one of the biggest criticisms of Grand Theft Auto 5 being re-released, expanded, and enhanced on the PlayStation 5 and on Xbox Series X. But in particular, we're just going to be focusing on the PS5 today, that they would have to pay again for a game that came out roughly 7 years ago, alongside a handful of other things that people were frustrated about, like wanting them to move on to another Grand Theft Auto title or move on to another game, and not just continually updating GTA 5 like they've been doing for years now. So that was like one of the big complaints that we ended up seeing from a lot of players. But I think this would alleviate a lot, because if you have the PS4 version already, just being able to jump to the new edition would be super easy. Now, again, we haven't really heard officially from Rockstar, so you have to take this with a grain of salt, but I still think this is good news, and it looks like their decision could be trending in the right direction. And the reason this saga is so confusing, like is GTA 5 on PS5 going to cost money, or is it going to be free, is it looks like there's a bunch of copies of the game that keep appearing on online retailers. Like this one, for example, on Media Market is listed for 74.99 euros, which is pretty expensive. So I think that Rockstar is still going to charge people for this if they just want the game separately. But there will at least be an option for a free upgrade. And I think that's a nice balance there. Now, I wonder if this is also going to be for the Xbox guys, or if this is going to be a PlayStation thing only. If it's a PlayStation thing only, that might start the biggest of console wars between Rockstar fans here. And I also think it's a little bit unfair. Like, I feel like if one system gets a free upgrade, the other one should get a free upgrade too. I don't think someone should be punished and have to pay 60 to 70 extra dollars just because they choose to play on a PlayStation versus choosing to play on an Xbox. Just something to think about right there as we see more and more listings like this pop up. and as days continue to go by where we hear less and less and less from Rockstar. Now, another interesting thing that happened earlier this week, we actually saw from the Xbox side, but this also caused Rockstar Games to be trending on social media. So earlier in the week, Xbox actually announced that they had purchased the entire franchises of the Bethesda team. So they made this big-time full announcement where all of Bethesda's titles like Fallout, Doom, Starfield, the Elder Scrolls series, Wolfenstein, Dishonored, all of those fantastic franchises would now be partnering with Xbox. And when that happened, we saw that Rockstar actually started trending on Twitter. And so because of this, a lot of people were wondering, is Xbox going to make another acquisition to a video game developer? Is Sony going to have something up their sleeve to match what they just did for Xbox, getting Bethesda, one of the biggest video game developers and publishers of all time? And so Rockstar was trending on Twitter. You even saw a lot of fan-made creations like this, like what an announcement would look like if Sony ended up partnering with Take-Two Interactive. And if they did end up doing something like that, they'd obviously have control of the Mafia franchise, the NBA 2K series, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, BioShock, etc. They would have control of all of their labels and whatnot. So needless to say, players were getting really excited about the potential of something like that happening. Now, there has been a lot of back and forth between Xbox and Bethesda, and if there's going to be exclusivity to a lot of those games. And that would get a lot of people wondering, would there be some sort of exclusivity if this move happened with Take-Two Interactive and Sony? Because that, of course, means that anything Rockstar would do would now fall under that umbrella of working with Sony first, which is actually something we've seen them do in the past quite a bit. Like, even with Rockstar's announcement that GTA 5 is going to be coming to the new generation consoles, they did it at Sony's PS5 event. They offered perks and rewards for PlayStation players right now. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that maybe we could see something like that going forward in the future. I mean, if Microsoft had the ability to buy Bethesda, I think Sony is very capable of being able to purchase the likes of Take-Two Interactive. Again, just sort of my speculation at this point in time, but that's sort of the news that has recently come out really over the last couple of days. But anyways, that is all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this news, that it looks like PS5 players are going to be getting a free upgrade of the game. That's obviously very exciting. It also makes me wonder if that free upgrade of the game will include multiplayer, if it will include Grand Theft Auto Online. Because remember, Rockstar has a standalone version of GTA's multiplayer coming out. Will it just be the single player? That would make things a bit more interesting. Let me know what you guys are thinking, though, in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.